Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to read CSV files from staging area and then create delta table on each of the execution of the notebook. We are going to go ahead and also schedule the notebook. So let me show you the scenario here. So first of all, let's say we have this workspace here, and in this workspace we have sales workspace, and then if I go to this workspace and one of the folders is called Lakehouse. I have created two lake houses here. One is called TechBrothers Lakehouse. Under the TechBrothers Lakehouse, if you go to the files folder, then you're going to see different folders such as stage and staging. So I just created this one, just want to show you. So you can go ahead and write here and create a new subfolder. So in this case, if you want to create this folder, you will create this folder, and then maybe files are placed in this folder. So you can go right here and upload the files. So you can select the file that you would like to upload from here. I'm going to go ahead and show you customer file. So and then you select the customer file, and then you will be good to go upload this file. So in our scenario, what's happening, we have this staging area, and then you can see right there. So I uploaded the file here, but here is the folder I will be using. So under the staging subfolder, I have two files. To think about the scenario where somebody plays these files every hour or 2 hours. So another process is running, that is copying the file here. Now if you click right there on the file, we have customer ID, first name, last name, and country, and then on order we have order ID, customer ID, order amount, and order date. Now if you go to the files property here, that's the path of the file. So relative path is files underscore staging subfolder and then the file path. What I want to do, I want to read these two files, join them together, and load to this table called the customer order table. So if you go right there, you can we can query this table in the notebook if you want, but this I will show a notebook how we are creating it. So I'm going to delete this table first, but we will be keep using this table, so it will be created every time and then will be overwritten by the our notebook. I will schedule that notebook later in the video. Now let's go ahead and open our notebook here. So we go to the open notebook here, and we are in the TechBrothers Lakehouse. So I'm going to go to the existing notebooks, and I have written the notebook here, so I'm going to open that. So in this notebook, what we are doing, we're reading CSV files from the files underscore staging folder right there, and then we are writing to the data frame. So here I'm creating a new data frame called df customer. It's using spark.read function to read the file, and header is equal to true. We have seen that our file has the header, and it is reading CSV file and files staging customer file. So this is under these files folder, then staging folder, then customer file is the name of the file. Same way I'm reading the creating a data frame df underscore order and reading the order file. Once I do that, I'm just displaying this two data frames. So that's going to show you all the records from the customer file and from the order file. So here is our customer file, has customer ID, first name, last name, and country, and here is our order file, order ID, customer ID, order amount, and order data. So you see right there, customer ID is common between these two files, and that's where we are going to use for the joining. In the next step, I'm joining these two data frames. So I'm creating a new data frame df join by using data frame df customer join on data frame df order on customer ID, and how do the inner join, and then I'm displaying a df joined. So I'm going to go ahead and execute. It's going to join these two data frames and give us the output, and you can see that we have 5 records once these two data frames are joined on the customer ID. Next, what we are doing, we are writing this data to the customer order table. So here is our table tab, and these are going to create a delta table. So df join, so that's our data frame when we join these two data frames, and then write format delta, and we are telling it is going to be delta format, and then overwrite. So whatever is in the table, just overwrite, save as table customer order. So now if I execute this, it's going to write all the results what we see right here into the customer order table. Finally, our table is created. We can always go ahead and query that. Now we can say display, and spark.sql is going to be used to read the records, select asterisk from table, get all the records from the customer table. I'm going to go ahead and execute this query, and it's going to read us all the records from the customer order table. Okay, great. This works awesome. And what we need to do now, think about that, we need to schedule this. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the run here, and then I'm going to schedule. In my case, I'm going to schedule this every 3 minutes, and that's fine. You have a different option. You can do by hourly, daily, weekly, and all that. So in my case, I'm going to run every 3 minutes. I'm going to start from now, and just whatever the time right now, and say today, and whatever time we select, and we should be fine. If you want to run for maybe 10 days, 20 days, or something like that, you can always select the end time. Otherwise it will keep running if you do not provide this end time. Now this is the time frame in which you are working, so you can choose accordingly. And now we will say apply. Now we have scheduled our pipeline, and what we can do, we can go to the monitor here, and every time it's gonna go ahead and run, we are gonna see this pipeline will be running from here. So as of now it is in progress right now, and we are gonna go make some changes into the folder, and then we'll go from there. So you remember that I have a customer table that has 5 records. I'm going to make some changes. So customer and order table. So let me search for those one. Actually I have deleted those files from my local computer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the Lakehouse, and here are those files, and I'm going to download them, and then probably we will upload them back. So here it does not give us the option to download, and what we can do, we can go to the our OneLake folder structure. So I'm going to open that, and we can maybe make some changes from there, and I'm going to show you. If I would have those files sitting there on the local computer, then it would be easy. But I'm going to go ahead and I open the OneLake right here, and then what's going to do, we are going to go to sales WS, and we know that it is in the TechBrothers data warehouse, so right there. And then we can go to the files here, and under the file we have staging table, and we have these 2 files there. So I think if I can go right here, let me see if I can make directly changes here. If not, then I will copy and paste here. So I'm trying to open this file. So looks like so I'm gonna copy this, and I will see if I can paste. And here is my ID 5, and then ID 6, ID 6 5 3, and then 5, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this and say save. So it's saved, yes. And then now I'm gonna go ahead make the changes to the order as well. So I'm gonna copy this, and then we'll make some changes. So we have remember that we have customer ID 5, and then we have 6, and then we have 7. Okay, so we added some extra records here. So I'm gonna close this. So you see that I was not able to download directly from the right here from the workspace. So I went and used the OneLake. I showed you last time how to download OneLake File Explorer, and that's where I went back, and then in the File Explorer I went and made the changes. So now this records, if I will take a look here, it has more records. So in your real scenario, probably you will be uploading this file over and over, you know. So that's what will be happening. So let me refresh. And now if we see the records here, there should be more records in these files. So that's good, we have seen that. So that's the one way to just upload the records, and once the files are loaded. And now we are going to go to monitor here, and we will be taking a look. So our notebook is running, and if I go back and refresh here, now we go back and take a look on the table here, and if we remember that we have this notebook open, so I can actually just go to the and right here, and instead of Lakehouse we can always go ahead and say if we want to use a Lakehouse and we want to use a notebook, we can. Otherwise we can use a SQL analytics endpoint as well. So at this point in time, let's do that. And what we are going to do, we are going to write our query here. So we go to select here, and then you will be just writing a select query for this table, and you can see that it has written all those records. So it is working on schedule, no problem, and we can see that we have records for this 6 and this all those changes we made, so we have records. So our notebook is running on schedule. So if you go to monitor here, and you will be seeing all of them, like this one is the last one that got succeeded, and this is one we have already open, and we can close this one anyways. So every 3 minutes you can see that it is coming back and then executing. So see right there, it was executed at the 352 and then 355. Now it's going to come to another 358 and run. So we can take a look here and go to the details and see the execution. So you can see that it took 52 seconds to run. These are the Livy ID and submitted time and all that, how many drivers it used, how many executor nodes it used, and all that information is there. So you can see tons of information is there for you. You can also see like total duration, idle time, efficiency, and all that. And here is you can see the input and output and everything. So you have a lot more details here to take a look from there, like which was the inputs and which was the outputs and everything. So I hope you learn how to read the data from your staging areas, such as sitting in the lake houses in some folders, and then you can create the notebook that read those CSV files and create delta tables for you, and then you can schedule the notebook to load that delta table every time reading from these staging files. I thank you very much for watching with this video. Please subscribe my channel, and I will put the script in the description so you can use it.